thing.
Yeah, no.
If you better get a job with okay.
Somebody else got to count his money.
All right, finally, Julian Edelman had a big night on the biggest stage. He caught 10 passes for 141 yards and was named Super Bowl MVP, just the 7th wide receiver to win that honor. Pretty big comeback after missing all of 2017 in the first 4 games of this season. Here is Julian Edelman on his big night.
I'm getting to live out a dream, so it's pretty surreal right now. You know, I think everything happens for a reason. You know, I was always taught as a young boy that, you know, you always just got to work hard, work as hard as you can, put in the extra time, and we'll see where it goes, you know, and worry about what you got on your plate at that time. And, you know, that's what I've tried to do.
He's a fighter, man. That kid, I'm just so proud of him. He's been a incredible player for this team and the playoffs, and he just cemented himself, you know, again in the history of the NFL for what his accomplishments are.
How about Edelman, Gronk, and Brady? You add up their ages. It's 236. They are old veterans.
It's over 100
that is,
all combined.
It's a lot. See, how impressive was Edelman last night?
He was very impressive. But if you look at New England and what they do, that position has always brought out the best in all the players. If you go back all 6 of their Super Bowls, you calculate who's going to be in the slot, who's going to be in that position, that being a running back, that being a tight end, sometimes Gronk or others. That is the position in that offense. Every offense has certain spots that are highlighted. In New England, it's that slot position. And Edelman, I would say, I'm not even going to say he's the best slot receiver they have, but where Tom Brady is at in his game, it allows that slot receiver to be better than any of the other slot receivers. And they throw the ball more now in New England than earlier in his career. So when you talk about Troy Brown, you talk about Deion Branch, you talk about Wes Welker, all these guys have been phenomenal for New England playing that slot position. But now, where Tom is in the advancement in the offense as far as Josh, because they have really built this offense to be where it is right now, where they have more flexibility, and Edelman has taken advantage of that. His short area quickness, his overall toughness, him being a quarterback in college allows him and Tom Brady to be on the same page. His ability to get releases off the line of scrimmage, because he's not blessed with height nor speed, but he uses his brain and his foot quickness to be able to get in and out of his breaks. Great with his hands. Those are the reasons why he's successful, and that offense, the way it's created, helps that.
And would you agree with, while that position's been highlighted throughout Brady's entire career there, that position is more important now than maybe any other point in Brady's career, because Brady is more limited at this point throwing outside the numbers, more limited with the deep ball than before, and right. That's one
of the reasons. I don't think Brady's more limited throwing outside. It's just they don't have the receiver.
Okay.
So with Josh Gordon being gone, they didn't trust throwing the ball outside. Matter of fact, the interception, who were they throwing that ball to?
They were throwing it on that one. Hogan, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So you lose your trust. Josh Gordon's gone from the team. Since then, they changed the team. It became a Sony Michel team and a slot receiver Edelman team. That's the way the team evolved. That's how they were able to win the Super Bowl.
So I want to give Edelman full credit before I pump the brakes a bit on this, okay? First of all, he was spectacular. Well, on a few things. He was spectacular in the biggest spots in the AFC Championship game. In that overtime, 2 of those 3rd and 10s went to him. He was unguardable last night. And if they had decided that, hey, the MVP has to be an offensive player, which I guess they did, because when you hold the other team to 3 points, you could have made an argument the MVP should have been a defensive player. Make an argument.
It was either Edelman or Stephon Gilmore.
Yes, I thought Gilmore had a really... He forced a fumble that could have flipped the game. It just bounced out of bounds.
Yep.
He obviously had the interception that did not end the game, but it ended the Rams' best scoring chance.
But because they have so much confidence in him, that's how you develop that game plan.
Yep.
Because, okay, I believe in Stephon Gilmore. He's going to negate Cooks. So I'm able to double Woods. They ain't got no tight end. They ain't got another back. So what it allows everyone, it allows the defensive line to play with confidence. It allows the linebackers to play with confidence because of that one guy.
So I thought Gilmore was spectacular, but of the offensive players, you couldn't give it to Brady. No. Sony Michel had maybe a small case for it. Edelman made the most sense, and he made play after play. So I'll give him credit. And I'm not even going to hold against him that in baseball, he wouldn't have been eligible to play in the postseason because he was suspended. He missed last year with an injury. He was suspended for PEDs to start this season. And by the way, it's the second straight Patriots MVP that started the year suspended. Super Bowl MVP. A couple of years ago, Tom Brady suspended for different reasons. This year, Edelman. But some influential football people, your pal Adam Schefter, some other people are starting to talk about, is Julian Edelman a Hall of Famer? That can't start. I just mentioned Isaac Bruce got 15,000 yards and is waiting and waiting.
Right.
You retired with, I know it's not about you, but I'm gonna bring it up.
No, it's definitely not about me.
But you retired with 130 touchdowns. You waited. We've got receivers that wait. Julian Edelman has made the most of his career, and he is a big game player. But let's do one of these blind reveals I love so much that I haven't done in quite some time. These two careers, to me, they are remarkably similar.
Good Lord.
Edelman's got a few more catches. The guy on the right has more yards. Edelman, and this is playoffs and regular season combined. Edelman's got 35 touchdowns. Guy on the right has 43. Edelman's got 3 rings. Guy on the right has 2. They both are Super Bowl MVPs. Show me the guy on the right.
Santonio.
Deion Branch.
Oh, Deion Branch. Okay.
Deion Branch. Anybody getting that bust ready? Anybody arguing Deion Branch is a Hall of Famer? It's the same career. I'm sorry to interrupt. Like, we can't do this. We can't all of a sudden be such prisoners of the moment that I know it's going to be weird when the only offensive player to be with Brady for a long time to make the Hall of Fame is Gronk. Like Randy's obviously, and everybody's only there briefly. Like, right. I know that's odd, and it's a testament to Brady's greatness. But Julian Edelman is not a Hall of Fame finalist caliber guy, much less being floated as he's working his way into Canton.
Wait, just quickly, is it a prisoner of the moment or a prisoner of the playoffs? Because when he does it, you did say he does it on the biggest stage and it's most memorable, and maybe that kind of influence.
It doesn't matter, though. When you have 600 catches, that's not going to get you to the party.
Right.
What about Hines Ward? Remember how long John Stallworth and Lynn Swann, I think they waited over 30 years, and they were pretty good at the biggest stages, and they had the same number of catches 30 years ago.
And Hines Ward doubles up Edelman's numbers, also has a couple championships, also has a Super Bowl MVP. And with respect to Hines, I don't know that he's going to get in. And so it's just, to me, we can't do that. Congrats, Julian Edelman.
Sure.
And nobody believed in you. You printed the T-shirts, and I paid for them, and you were right. So congrats to them. But the Canton stuff got to stop.
We didn't even start talking about the beard yet, but we'll do that a little later. Back to the legacy now.